Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we're on part 2 of the Belker. I want to show you the failed Belker first. Sometimes you make things that don't go well, and the second one turned out pretty good. I think we captured what we were trying to do. Here's what the Belker looks like in the book. So let's start painting. So we know that we don't want to mess up on any of the parts that are supposed to be real light. So let's do the base first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a dark gray. I'm going to get my favorite dark gray in the world, Pavement. I'm going to try to paint up this base and not make an enormous mess. Now I'm going to start with a smaller brush, which I usually don't do. And I'm going to try to get the ground without getting him. Now this is probably a cave floor. I assume that if he's on the has left the elemental plane of air and he's on the material plane, he's probably going to want to live in a cave or up on a mountain somewhere where he's got elevation and a lot of air to play with. He's going to use a lot of that to his advantage, I would assume. And since Belkers are not stupid, I think their intelligence was pretty high. Let me check. No, they're 6. They're kind of dumb. So they're like a mildly challenged person. Well, no, not mildly. I guess 8 would probably be mildly if 10's average. So let's say they have an IQ of maybe roughly 60. Let's just say that's what's going on there. That's a guess. I don't know how the stat breakdown goes to IQ, but I just kind of figure if 10 or 11's average, 100 IQ is about average, right? So I just kind of go off that. We're just going to be careful. We don't want to get on the Belker. We can help it. Not Belker. Yeah, Belker. You start painting too many of these monsters, they all seem about the same. Many of them are ambush predators. Like this guy is probably, I would consider, an ambush predator. He's powerful enough to take on one enemy alone, kind of solo, just for the fact that he can turn into mist and go inside their lungs and claw them. But as far as like groups, casters would be dangerous for these guys, because even in their air form, a caster is still going to be able to do some magic missile work or something on them, or burn them with some holy fire or something. And if we get any of the gray on him, we can come back and paint him white again. But we want to try to avoid extra work if we can help it. The goal is to get these on the table so we have a miniature for every encounter we could possibly want to do, right? But the goal is not to spend 100 hours doing it. When you get the monster manual all done, when we finish, we've closed the book, you'll be able to reach up and grab any encounter you want. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really use the monster manual a bunch anymore. I know the monsters that I like out of it, and the ones that I don't like, I just don't use. And the ones that I think look stupid, like the Acaraya and stuff, I just ignore them as an existing creature. Oops. Decorated my hand a little bit. Alright, I think we got most of him there. We got a little bit on him, not much. We're going to get that cleaned up, though. We're not going to clean him up yet. We're going to clean him up after we get done with our medium gray and stuff. I'm just going to leave that wet. I'm not in a super concerned situation here. I just want to... let me get a piece of cardboard. What I want to do is... I want to just kind of give these rocks multiple tones and the ground multiple tones. To break up the pattern and give it a little bit of variation. So you do that how you can feel comfortable with it. Now just hit around here and give it some different look. And I'm going to come back with the +2 hot air gun burning. I didn't put any soap in my rinse water today. That was a mistake. I like to have soap in there. I feel like it Cleans the brushes out a little better. So Boss 2 hot air gun burning. Let's get some of that drying off. It's not perfectly dry, but it's not for what I want to do. I just want to come back and lighten that stuff up a little bit more. I'll just change some of that tone. Get rid of some of those wetter spots that I left. Kind of drag that around and make a better look. I don't think the Belker paint job is going to be anything spectacular, but I really don't know. I do want to do like a kind of a gross yellow red eye deal. It's like something I kind of want to do. Get a lighter gray. This is country gray. I seem to use this quite a bit too. Might want a little bit of darker too. Just a medium gray there too. I don't know how light I want to go with this. Something like that probably is good. Just kind of touch around some of these spots and break it up even more. A little bit of white showing there. Let's cover that up some. Let's get that. Get a little more variation just to make it kind of interesting, I think. That's too much paint. And this is going to be almost like a half-ass dry brush. And I think we're going to call this base a win. Okay. So we got something like that going on. It's going to do nice. We can throw some flock on there later if we want. I got some of the stuff I call dead spread. It's, well, I can't remember what I really named it, but I call it dead spread. It's just a flock I made. We got a little bit of gray on him, on his tail. So let's get a little bit of white. And just pick that off real quick. Let's get a poker and get in there. See if we can't. Oh, crapples. There we go. There's a spot I snipped off up here that I didn't like. I'm going to paint that white too. And we got a little bit on his tail here, a little bit of gray we got to clean up. There's a little spot in here that looks like it didn't get coated well. Look at that. All right. Alright, now we got him pretty cleaned up. We can put our white away. Let's hit him with the +2 hot air gun of burning, aka... Oh, look at that. Crisis, crisis, crisis. Right there, I got some dark on his wing. Let's clean that up. There's my second oldest son is here with his girlfriend. You can always tell by the distinct sound of her car. I think her muffler's got a leak. I'll check that out in a little bit here. Well, she didn't come. He's here by himself. So for him, I think we want to do, you get him a little cup or something to mix in. We want to get a light gray and a light blue. That might be too light of a blue. We can darken this up just a tad though. Just get a little teeny dot of something a little bluer. Something I have a little more control with too. There we go. Let's get a little bit of water. That's a lot of bit of water. Okay, we'll just get a lot of bit of water. And let's mix that up. I think we can darken that up a teeny bit more here. We'll get a dark blue here again. That's not dark at all. It's a deep blue. This is like a space marine blue, ultramarine blue. Okay. Making a big old mess here. All right. Okay. Something like that. It's fairly watered down. We could have used speed paints on this, but I'm starting to feel kind of guilty about using speed paints all the time because I know not everybody has them. So I'll use them when I really feel like it's just the way to go. But on something like this guy, I think we can definitely do this and get a good look. Then after we get him all covered in that, it's very watered down. Now this is going to take quite a while to naturally dry. So after I get this done, I'm going to do a little bit of something off camera. Not because I don't want to show it to you guys, but because it's just going to create a third part that we don't need. So after I get that done, I'm going to do a black wash on the base and then do another dry brush on the base to cover up some of the blue that got down there. Okay. So we're going to let this dude dry. And I'm going to do his eyes. And I'm going to have to do that off camera too. I'm sorry. Well, you know what we can do. Let's just take a leap of faith here and see if we can't. Alright, let's get the hot air gun on low heat. Press 2 hot air gun burning. Let's see. With washes and speed paints, I really like to let them dry naturally. Sometimes that's just not feasible for when you're trying to do something on video real quick and you don't want to be edited and shit. So, alright. So let's get in here. I think his eyes are going to be dry enough to do a red. Oops, that's a lot of red. I'm going to get a fractional brush. Fractional brushes Just mean they're smaller than size 1. That's all. If you don't have one, maybe don't do his eyes. Do his mouth real quick. Hit him with the hot air gun. And we got like a bright yellow. This is called demonic yellow, or demonic yellow maybe. And I just want to, since he's got a very plain paint job, I just want to do something to make him a little So let's come back, and since we're here already, let's fix the base up. So to fix the base up, I want to do a darker wash. Oh, I scotched shit everywhere. Hold on. Oh my. Making a big old mess on a Friday morning here. Oh man, a big mess too. Darn me. I spilled that blue wash pretty bad. Alright, well, that'll be alright. Just got blue wash on my fingernails and everything. I'm about to go out and do some more pool digging, so if you have a pre-made wash, you can use it for this. I do. I have a nice black pre-made wash. So this is like my terrain wash that I use, so I'm not sure how good of a job it's going to cover this up, but I think we can make it work. So we're going to get that. And we're going to get that medium gray. Now that wash is made out of black 2.0 paint, which is something I don't have anymore. It's something my brother bought me. It's kind of pricey actually. So what I want to do is I want to hit some of these higher spots. Oh, so that wash, I was telling you how I made it. So I got some black 2.0 paint, which is, like I said, it's a little pricey, and I don't have any personally. My brother had bought me some, and it's all gone. But I used that, and what I'm doing is getting some of the excess moisture and mixing it with gray so it has a better base coat instead of blue. That's all I'm doing. And there's some soap in there, like a little bit of Dawn dish soap or whatever kind I have. Dawn. And there's some distilled water, or actually I think it's deionized water, but same deal kind of. You just want a water that doesn't have any TDS or TSS in it, really. That's kind of all right. That'll work. Let's hit him with the hot air gun. See, if we had used a speed paint, I would have had more control than I had with that. So that's kind of the downfall. Oh, look, I just got wash everywhere again. Nice. And we're just going to drag this along the base and kind of fill in where we need to and darken that back up. Ooh, my hot air gun just made a scary, the hot air gun just made a scary noise. If you get too crazy with this, you're going to end up with the same problem we just had, and you're going to have to go back and fix the guy. You don't want to do that. Man, that thing is making some bad noises. Unplug that for a little bit. I use that a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's getting past its life. All right, so, oh wait, let me hit this back rock a little bit. There we go. It'll look nicer, I think. Okay, so that's basically what we got. That's our Belker, and I think he turned out okay. I'm going to let him air dry. I'm going to hit him with a clear coat, and we'll take him upstairs and check him on the table, and let's talk about how I'd run a Belker. And I'd like to thank everybody for watching. This is Doom from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. I'm one half of the DungeonsSwag.com team. And DungeonsSwag.com is me and another fellow named Scorbic, and we run our business out of our basements. I do this stuff, and he does, well, I do other stuff too, but we each have parts we do, and he's the one that actually prints the miniatures, checks them to make sure they're nice, packages them, and sends them out to you. And then together we choose which miniatures go to your house, and we try to pick the coolest miniatures, because we actually own a lot of prints and get more prints all the time. And when I say own, we just own the rights to. We didn't make the prints, but we own the rights to use them. And so what we do is we go through and we pick the best ones, and we try to put together a box that'll come to your door every month that you can really populate your table with and have something amazing. And I'm going to be painting a lot of those in the near future because I really do enjoy them. And painting them. I've just been working really hard on the Monster Manual, trying to get it. For some reason, I think I'm going to get it done sometime soon, but I'm really not. So anyways, there's a link in the description if you want to try out our loot crate, which is 6 to 8 really good minis. They're durable, they're high quality, super detailed, sturdy. They'll come to your house towards the beginning of the month, and then yeah, we have some one-offs for sale on there. There's a discount code if you want to get a free miniature to try out on our Discord, and there's a link there. If you make any of these projects, like the Belker, not that Belker, why don't you come to our Discord and show us what it looks like, because we really want to see, especially me. And I know Asko's excited too. So come show us what you can do too, and see how you can do it different or better or worse. You know, show us what you got. And thanks everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you made it this far in. And I'll see you next time on Dungeons and Doom Biscuit.